What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Chris, and I'm back at again with another banger video. I ain't here with my beautiful mother.
Hey,
you already know what we are reacting to. Mother, are you ready? Are you ready to get negative? You ready for some negativity?
I prefer no negativity in my life, but I'll watch this with you, my son.
Alright, so before I even continue, if you are new to this channel, go and hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe.
Simple as that. Also, I post brand new Instagram pictures on my IG. Go check it out. It's gonna be in the description. No, it's not. Just go.
I just show up.
Just click my Instagram down in the description. Follow me and like the picture, and comment something for your boy.
All I know is you say, "Mama, let's make a video." And I just show up.
But yeah, I thank you and I love y'all. But enough of me talking.
Let's get to it.
Let's go.
Many rappers often find themselves on the wrong side of the law, and depending on the magnitude of their offense, they may end up within prison walls. The prison, as we know, is a place of rehabilitation, but that doesn't stop folks from breaking out now and then. In this video, I'll be talking about rappers who got into fights in prison, from getting into fights with inmates to getting into fights with guards. There's no limit to how these rappers are willing to fight dirty in prison. First up is Kodak Black. Over the past few years, Kodak Black has been faced with a series of legal trouble, which has seen him in and out of jail. Back in May 2019, he was arrested on 2 counts for making a false statement on a governmental form. This was due to a situation that occurred back in January.
Why you look at that bird like that?
Wait, hold on, chill out, man.
Form. This was due to a situation that occurred back in January.
Why are we confused as hell with that bird?
Oh my gosh. Why do we do this? Like we could literally be reacting to something serious, and then it could be a certain little clip. We just find it hilarious and we just point it out. And
I feel like he was like, if this bird flap one more time, I'm gonna punch his
No, but if you really look, it hit him in the head like 3 times.
Statement on a governmental form.
Look at him.
This was due to a
Look, hit him in the
situation
head.
that occurred back in January of the same year, in which he had made a false statement to buy firearms. While awaiting sentencing for the charge, he had gotten into a fist fight in jail in October of 2019, and the fight ended with the security guard getting hospitalized. So how did this fight go down? According to reports, Kodak Black had gotten into a fight with an inmate. The reason why the altercation happened is not clear, but upon seeing the fighting inmates, correction officers had intervened to break them up. In the process, Kodak Black was pepper sprayed by a guard, and he retaliated by throwing punches at the guards and grabbing hold of another guard's genitals. In the end, it took about 4 guards to subdue him, but it was too late for the guard whose genitals he had grabbed a hold of. Kodak Black's firm hold on the guard's testicles was said to have caused the breach of the guard's abdomen and intestinal walls. The guard was hospitalized with a hernia and had to undergo surgery. This fight incident was not used against Kodak Black during his sentencing, but he still ended up getting slammed with about 46 months in prison due to the weapons charge. Kodak Black later took to his Instagram to address the fight incident. In a lengthy post on Instagram, he had claimed to have been drugged without his knowledge. He had said the unknown substance gave him an out-of-body experience and had him feeling like he was possessed and dying slowly. Due to the way he felt, he had gone to the CO's office to seek medical attention, but for some reasons he was denied. This left him in a state of paranoia, and shortly after that, he had gotten into a fight with the inmate. The substance he had been drugged with still remains a mystery, since it didn't turn up when a urine analysis test was conducted on him. Also, in his Instagram post, Kodak Black said he was placed in solitary confinement under inhumane conditions, and even said that he had not inflicted injury on the guard whose genitals he had grabbed. He claimed that the guard had inflicted injuries on himself for monetary gains. Part of the post he made on Instagram reads, "I was being so brutally that I had to be taken to the box in a wheelchair. I've been here for 45 days without commissary, hygiene stressed out, and on psych meds. Having to mourn the loss of my brother Juice WRLD behind the doors. Prior to this, there were a few inmates who intentionally beat up an officer and no charges were filed. Meanwhile, I get into a fight with another inmate and this officer jumps in to inflict harm on himself and capitalize on my status as a local celebrity. I had officers tell me that the CO was okay that night and that he's trying to go this route because he self-checked himself in the hospital. I've also heard officers tell me that the CO has been back to FDC and bragging that he'll get $250,000 from me. I want to shed this light on police brutality and the tactics they use to cover the behinds. #Justice for Kodak. Well, that wasn't the end of Kodak Black's trouble in prison. In May of the following year, while still serving his prison sentence, news got out that he had been attacked and severely beaten by about 7 prison guards.
Oh.
During the process, it was said that the prison guards had struck him in the head several times with metal objects.
Oh.
After that, one of the guards had then flicked Kodak Black's genitals and said, "You're not so gangster now. You're gonna need bigger balls to survive." It's not clear why the guards had treated him in such a manner, and Kodak Black had not been available at the time to give his side of the story. This was because he was denied access to phone and visitation for 6 months as punishment for the October 2019 fight incident.
Do you want to blow up on TikTok just like
Bro,
my biggest
la 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 la. Bro, the ad's not going.
Over 3 million followers.
And he had gone involved visitation for 6 months as punishment for the October 2019 fight incident he had gone involved in. Kodak Black's team and lawyer had gotten to know about the details of the beating from inmates at the prison where he was locked up. Kodak Black would eventually breathe a sigh of relief in January 2021 after he was granted a presidential pardon by ex-President Donald Trump. Kodak Black's commitment to supporting a variety of charitable efforts was cited by the White House as part of the reasons he was granted a pardon. Since his release from prison, he has maintained a clean sheet, and hopefully it stays that way so he can focus on making his music. Up next is Kate.
Okay, so I first want to say, I just feel like, not even just this situation, but just in general, I feel like the prisons, they got to get better. They got to.
I mean, yeah.
But they won't get better.
Not even that. Like, I believe those guards attacked him.
Oh, yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, because they're, like, because if you just think, he's a celebrity, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of, well, let's just say, there are a lot of different, people there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That are not celebrities, or that's not famous, or that does not have a lot of money.
Right.
Like
and they
Kodak
still
does.
get beat up.
And you know what I mean? They might get treated even worse.
Yeah. But he did 45 days in solitary.
Yeah, that's
tough.
Mental. I think in one interview, I think he was actually talking about it because Kodak, he's been out for a cool minute, but I'm glad though. I hope he's keeps doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Jesus, the Jacksonville rapper, whose real name is Hakeem Robinson, was initially arrested in September 2020 on charges related to the murder of a guy who goes by the name Charles Quentin McCormick Jr., aka Lil Buck. Following this, evidence began to surface that he had also been allegedly involved in the shooting of a 16-year-old teenager who goes by the name Adrian Garner. Jesus is also facing a charge related to the murder of Adrian Garner. About a year after Jesus' arrest, a video surfaced on the internet which showed officers slamming him to the ground. The video had been shared on his Instagram account, and he had claimed in the caption of the post that he was being brutalized every day by officers. The caption reads, "Modern slavery. Even though my innocence is being proven, I'm still being targeted and abused every day while I'm in here. These officers still have not been suspended or no consequences. I'm fighting for my life mentally and physically. No matter what they do to me, they keep an innocent man down. #free me." This video did not sit well with a number of people, including Jesus' mother and grandmother, who were alarmed that he was being mistreated in jail. Jesus' grandmother had filed an internal affairs complaint due to the incident, but she had gotten a response that nothing was found wrong with the guard's conduct. According to Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs, Jesus himself had been the cause of his mistreatment by the guards. According to reports, Jesus had for whatever reason refused to go back to his cell after having his shower in leisure time. He had probably gotten tired of getting ordered about in prison, and it was said that he had then gotten aggressive and began yelling at the officers, saying they were always messing with him. Due to the show he was putting on, an officer had handcuffed him, and while the officer was leaving his cell, Jesus had threatened him, saying the words, "My people gonna kill you." The officer had then tried to subdue Jesus, but he had resisted. Another officer had to intervene, and he grabbed Jesus and slammed him to the ground. While struggling underneath the officer, Jesus was not done running his mouth. He further said, "I've killed people before. I'll do it again." Jesus' attorney had released a statement in regards to the altercation. The statement reads, "Those accused are innocent unless proven guilty, and Hakeem Robinson is clearly innocent because he cannot physically be the shooter. Innocent with no prior felony convictions. And this is how the innocent are treated by JSO. Hakeem is in a fight for his life against the government. He has no time or reason to fight with the JSO officer. Now, concerning the murder charges, if he's found guilty of them, he would be going away for a long time. His lawyer has tried to prove his innocence by pointing out that Jesus cannot physically be the shooter in the first murder case, since he's bigger than the shooter that was captured in the dash cam video. But then if K-Sue eventually beats the first murder case,
You
what
still
are the
got the
chances
second
that he
one.
would also beat the Adrian Garner murder case, who was shot and killed in broad daylight?
Ooh.
At the moment, K-Sue's future is uncertain, and he patiently sits behind bars awaiting his fate. The next rapper I'll be talking about is K-Flock.
Yeah.
K-Flock
heard
is a
of him.
well-known name on the streets of the Bronx for his music and for his involvement in the deadly gang war that's seen many dead. At only the age of 18, he was making waves on the New York drill rap scene until the long arm of the law caught up with him. K-Flock was taken into custody after he turned himself in
Who
last
is
year,
Harrisburg?
December. He was charged with first-degree murder and criminal possession of a weapon in connection to the shooting death of a 24-year-old man who goes by the name Oscar Hernandez. K-Flock has since been locked up in
Whoa.
Rikers Island. A
Rikers.
month after K-Flock's arrest, rumors got out that he had gotten into trouble while in prison. The detail of the rumor was that a rival gang member had spotted K-Flock and had beaten him up. It was said that he had suffered severe injuries as a result of the beating and had to be transported to the hospital wing of Rikers Island. The details of this alleged fight is quite limited and no one knows how it started. Well, this story of K-Flock getting beat up in prison went viral, and K-Flock himself got to know about it. He immediately released an audio saying that he had not been beaten up while in jail and it was only rumors. At the moment, no one knows what the truth of the situation is. It might all be rumors, and at the same time, K-Flock might be trying to hide something. Who knows? He might not want the story of him getting beat up going around because it might make him appear weak. But regardless of whether K-Flock got beat up or not, he still faces an uncertain future due to the murder charge he's faced with.
Yeah.
Talking about the murder charge, there have been contradicting accounts of what really went down on the day of Oscar Hernandez's murder.
Oh.
According to the authorities, Hernandez had been in a barbershop waiting to get a haircut. K-Flock had then opened up the door of the barbershop and confronted Hernandez, asking him what he was looking for. Hernandez had then walked out to meet K-Flock and an argument had occurred, which ended with K-Flock pulling out a gun and
Why
shooting
you go
Hernandez in the
outside?
neck and back. Well, that was the story the authorities gave because surveillance footage from outside the barbershop tells a different story. In the footage, K-Flock is seen walking down the street with two young girls. He and the girls walk past the barbershop, and a few seconds later, Hernandez walks out the barbershop and headed in the same direction as K-Flock. And several seconds later, people came out the barbershop and appeared to be alarmed by something as they stared in the direction that K-Flock and Hernandez had gone. Their surveillance footage has gotten people wondering if K-Flock is actually guilty of the crime. Well, at the moment, K-Flock is yet to be declared guilty or innocent of the crime and is currently sitting in jail awaiting his fate. Up next is Casanova.
Oh.
Back before Casanova started his career as a rapper, he was locked up in jail for about 7 years. During this period, he got into several fights with fellow inmates, and this landed him in solitary confinement a lot of the times. Due to the fights he was always getting into while in jail, he was feared by other inmates. In an interview, he had even attempted to stab in 3 to 4 inmates.
What the
While in
hell?
prison, he also formed a bond with A$AP Rocky, who got locked up in jail for only 2 weeks. After Casanova had served his sentence and was released from jail, he focused on his rap career and was making a name for himself on the rap scene when he got into trouble with the law once again. On December 1st, 2020, a warrant was issued for his arrest. According to the warrant, he was the leader of a criminal gang known as the Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Gang. He was among 18 alleged members of the Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Gang charged in connection with various racketeering, murder, narcotics, firearms, and fraud offenses. After the warrant for his arrest got out, he turned himself in to the authorities. In addition to these charges, he was also slammed with an attempted murder charge due to a shooting that had occurred at a Miami club. He was charged alongside another guy who goes by the name iamChriss for their involvement in the shooting that left 2 individuals injured. After about a year of sitting behind bars, he took to his Instagram to make a plea for help. In his Instagram post, he talked about how he had been incarcerated for almost a year and how he had spent a significant amount of money on legal fees to prove his innocence. He also further stated that the charges against him were false and they don't represent or reflect the person he was. A few weeks back, he made a revelation on his Instagram that he had been in solitary confinement for about a month.
Ooh.
The details of how he got into solitary confinement are unknown, but some fans are speculating that he might have gotten into a fight in prison. If Casanova is found guilty of the charges, he might be looking at life in prison. That's all I've got for you on this video of rap.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
To be honest, I feel like for this video, there's a lot that you could touch on.
Yeah.
But this video will be a very long video if we touch each and every topic that we want to talk about. So just, in short words, what do you want to say as a mama that also has an African American male son? And there might be somebody older than me or probably younger than me or probably even my age, you know, that's watching this, and you know, it might also be a parent watching this too, or they might even show they people.
That's
right?
hard. It's hard to watch
What
as
you
a
wanna
mother. Like K-Swoo or whatever, however you say his name. Like, you see that boy getting beat up. So as a mama, I'm gonna have questions. I'm gonna go up there. We're gonna have a heart to heart. We're gonna sit down. This is the evidence that y'all showing me. I'm gonna need more proof. Period. You have these young, we're not. Everybody's innocent to proving guilty. So you have these men in jail, and then they got them sitting there for long spans of time, waiting to go to court.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like I feel like him being Casanova, him being incarcerated for what they say, a month.
Yeah, he was in solitary.
Yeah, I mean solitary. Yeah. He was in solitary for a month.
That's crazy. Ain't no way.
That's wild. But all I'm about to say is I'm just leave it here. I just want to say, you know, we need to do the prisons and how it's run and all that. It has got to get better.
It's the justice system out here. Yeah.
All that. It has to get better, but you know, we already know it's not ready to get better. And you know, they don't care about us. They're gonna treat us like animals. And yeah, so I just want all y'all to stay safe out there, man. Watch your surroundings.
Prayers for the families of those locked up and those who are deceased, because it's, you know, it's hard on both sides. So.
But I hope y'all enjoyed this reaction video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and if you are new to this channel, what should they do, mama?
Subscribe.
Go and do that. I thank you and I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.
Rosie.